Hello there. Welcome to this week's reading. I'm taking a look at the upcoming week, 316 all the way through, I believe it's going to be 323 or 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 316, yeah, through 23. That'll be next Sunday. And so like, share, comment, subscribe. My name is Leticia, and I am the creator of Blood Moon Oracle, the station, the channel. And so welcome. We're going to take a look at the energy coming out this week. I am using my Vice Versa Tarot as I tap into the energy. I have laid out my spread just for the sake of time. The cards that came out is the back of the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. And so this week, the energy that comes out is almost like you being really successful, getting there's all of this support this week that's available for what it is that you are looking for or what you've been working towards, trying to create, trying to establish. All of the support is there for whatever it is that you are missing or needing. That support will be given. There is some type of conflict around it. And I don't know if someone has been kind of tampering in to this support that you have, trying to affect it or trying to snatch it, pull it, doing whatever it takes to try to remove the legs from under you, right? That's the energy I'm getting because I have the Five of Swords here. This is a very competitive, aggressive attack type of like energy around the support that you have. The Six of Pentacles on the backside is really about you taking a look at the vast support that you have available, even with what it is that you don't necessarily see. It's all around you. It's overflowing. It's abundant with this Ace of Pentacles as well. Everything is set up for you to win and for you to maximize your potential. However, there's that small little energy, that element of adversity that comes in. I don't know what this is or who this could be, trying to put a damper on your mood. But whatever this is, this energy is willing to go to the end, right? To get the victory out of putting a stop, to this abundant energy that you have available to you. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Why is the Five of Swords here this week? Trying to put a damper on this energy. I have the King of Pentacles, or is that the Queen of Pentacles? Let me see. It looks like the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Like someone is worried about your success, your money, your prosperity. Like there's someone who is bothered. Someone's bothered and they have sleepless nights about this. They are in their head for some reason about you. And somebody, sometimes people are monitoring your coins all in your pocket, counting your money, right? It's almost like that kind of energy. Someone is very much overly concerned with what you are doing, what you're bringing in for yourself, the opportunities, the support, the abundance that is available and holding you up. Someone's bothered by that for some reason. I don't know why, but you sit here in the Queen of Pentacles energy, unbothered, very grounded, very open and honest. The front of, the Queen of Pentacles is very open. And I don't even feel like you are maybe aware of this. I don't know if you are, you're unbothered. We do have the back of the Six of Pentacles. Maybe you have turned your back to this energy and you don't even feel threatened by this energy. Maybe this causes this energy to want to get the victory and shut down whatever you have set up even more. But that's the energy coming out that I'm seeing this week. It says success all over it, in spite of this small little pesky little gnat that keeps coming up, trying to stop your flow. And when we have to be careful with the Five of Swords, because this is the type of energy that's willing to do whatever is necessary to get the victory or to win, even if it means that there's a leading to its own suffering in this case. As long as they can say they stopped the show or they won, they're willing to pay that price. But is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? I don't believe that this is your energy. You came out as the Queen of Pentacles. And it doesn't mean you're a woman. It could just mean that you are very much sitting in this position of being very grounded and stable, being someone who's very balanced in their emotions as well, and has maintained that energy in spite of. Someone's bothered by your stability. I don't know why, but that's the energy that comes out because of where you sit in the position that you are in right now, what you have at your disposal, the support that you have around you. And on another note, this could be someone competing with your stability, with your abundance. Someone sees you doing good and wants to compare how good they're doing with how good you're doing. It's just pettiness, really. And I don't feel like you're giving it a lot of energy, which is pissing this energy off even more. Like they really want the victory really bad with this Five of Swords, but that's the energy coming out this week. I just want to take a look at how you are handling this energy. So I have the Star on the backside, the Devil coming in on the backside, and then the Sword, Ace of Swords on the front side. First of all, you are very clear, right, with what's happening. I wasn't sure if you understood what was taking place, but this Ace of Swords say that you see very clearly what's happening and you are very unbothered. The backside of the Devil says that you have turned your back to this. Maybe at one point it did frustrate you or irritate you or bother you, but it has not the hold that it used to have. It doesn't have that hold on you anymore. I don't feel like you will allow this to affect your flow this week. As a matter of fact, the Star on the shadow side, these are all things happening internally. The fact that it's showing up on the shadow side, this shows your stability and the fact that you are un-F-withable this week. The Devil on the backside and the Star on the backside, because even the Star is testifying to the fact that everything is falling into place. Even if there are those or that particular energy, whatever that is, that's trying to come in and stop or interrupt something, it is actually going to work in your favor, right? Everything that the enemy tries to do is actually going to add on to what's working in your favor, right? Oh, they took some of your money. Well, it's going to be given back 3 times fold, 10 times fold. There's nothing that anyone can do. This is the mindset that you're in right now that can stop your flow right now. You are completely unbothered. You see it, you know it's there, but it's like that little gnat that's flying around that all you have to do is really blow a little bit and you send it hurling back, right? All off balance. Like you could do that. You may do that. But overall, I feel like you are completely unbothered by this. There's some truth that you know, and it may have something to do with some information that you've been given. It's almost like you've come too far to for anything to come in and stop you now. You know how sometimes once you get up to a certain speed, like a train or a plane, like it's going to take a whole lot to stop you. You have gotten up to a complete speed that is unstoppable, or you've gone too far to turn yourself around. Like everything is in progression. Clarity is here. Truth is here. Like everything is set up for you to succeed, and for everything is really unfolding the way that it should, even despite this energy. And you know this. This is your approach this week, is to really be unbothered. Focus on what it is that you have control over. Focus on those things that are showing up, that are beneficial, the things that represent truth and honesty and integrity, right? There's a lot about you keeping your mind focused and stayed on what is important too with this Ace of Swords. And Spirit is taking care of the rest. I feel like there's the understanding of that this week. And so you're unbothered by this. Whatever this challenge is, everything is working and playing in your favor. You may even find yourself stepping into new opportunities this week. We have 2 aces coming out here, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, right? You understand how everything is set up for your success and you're unbothered. The weird thing about it is this energy that's trying to come in and distract or cut your progress. The Five of Swords is all about someone who, and you know, sometimes people they're irritated when they find people that could be more successful. Sometimes people have a natural competitive spirit. You know, you could be driving, just minding your business, listening to your music. You're in what could be considered a sports car, but that doesn't mean you want to race everybody that pulls up to the light. You're just minding your business, enjoying your day. You just happen to enjoy sports cars. And so another car pulls up on the side of you at the red light, rearing its engine, you know, trying to say, well, let's see how fast you can go. And you're not even paying attention. You're just enjoying your music, enjoying your day off, enjoying a nice sunny ride through town. And here comes somebody pulling up, rearing their engine, trying to tempt you to compete because they like to feel like, you know, they are the winner, or they're on top of things, or they have everything all together, or they have the mostest, the hostess with the mostest, you know, the Joneses, you know, the next door neighbors that always have to up one you. It's that kind of energy. Ain't nobody stunting you. Ain't nobody stunting you. And I see that you are not. You have your back turned to this energy 3 times. The 6 of Pentacles, back turn, the backside, the star, back turn, backside, the devil, backside. Like, I'm not thinking about you is your response to this. You know it, you see it, you're aware it's there, but you don't have time for it. You're not providing space for it. Okay. That's how I see you interpreting this energy this week. Let's take a look at what is coming towards you specifically this week. Okay. Now that we've looked at the energy and how you're responding to it. Okay, so for what's coming towards you, we have the Fool, the front side of the Fool, the front side of the Lovers, and the back side of the Emperor. And so things are happening this week coming towards you where you'll need to make specific choices that are very important, high level choices, right? Very significant choices. And you will need to give yourself some grace. The Emperor coming out on the backside is sometimes you being a little bit too hard on yourself. And I see that this week. Like, you are going to look at this like, oh my gosh, I have to do this right, or everything is a failure. But Spirit is just letting you know, being that the Emperor comes out on the backside, like, stop being so hard. Stop existing outside of the gray area. Like, it has to either be black or white, and ignoring the shadow and just trying to focus more on the light so that you don't make any mistakes. Like, this week is going to be all about kind of like the area of exploration, and you're not going to be expected to do everything perfectly. This is about learning, right? And so there's going to be some decisions, some upscale major decisions that you'll be faced with this week. That's going to actually cause you to take a look at your examination process. What's happening within you as you delve out into new territory, maybe given a little bit more authority and a little bit more power as far as leadership is concerned, and not being so critical though through this process. This is all about learning and discovering maybe a little bit something about your process. It's not necessarily about the end result being perfect. So get that out of your mind. This is not what this is about this week. And I think what is good is that you have an overwhelming amount of support around you that's set up for you to win. Everything that happens, know, and I do think you already know this, is working for your benefit. It's set up for you to win. And the Fool coming out says that this is all about you being provided a space to step into uncharted territory. And with that, there is a need to release control and to trust yourself to have this experience, to trust that you have the wisdom necessary to make appropriate decisions that's being placed before you. And so there's some new experience you're going to be, some new position or experience you're going to be placed in this week that's going to cause you to do a little bit of self-examination where you may have an opportunity to improve your process. If you're someone that tends to want to just do everything perfectly, this week is not the week to be in that headspace, because that's not what this is about. This is about something about you being a little bit aware of your need to be right, or your need to do things perfectly, or to always feel like you are coloring within the lines. Well, this is not that. This is giving you the opportunity to color outside of the lines and be okay with that. Be okay with your process to discover and free yourself to operate more proficiently in that gray area. So there's something about you stepping into a new experience this week that's going to place you in a position of making decisions, a position of leadership of some sort, where you're going to need to have some grace on yourself. Okay. I do see that coming out for you. Let's see, just a little bit of encouragement we're going to pull out for you for this week and see what encouragement Spirit has for you. As we move forward, what's coming towards you is definitely, we have actually 6 major arcana coming out in your reading. That's quite a lot. And so there are possibly major lessons that you are mastering this week, that you are giving the opportunity to experience. And I feel like it would be beneficial not to personalize this or take it personal. These things that are happening this week may be set up for you to experience and for you to grow from. When you walk away from this is not something for you to take personal. But I feel like Spirit has organized this for you to grow from it, okay? Miracles work both ways. Both the givers and the receivers experience the miracles together. So there could be things that happen outside of the norm this week, okay? Prepare your mind to see things happen outside of the normal flow of what we consider would normally happen. When we talk about miracles, we're talking about things that step outside of everyday practical things. It's outside of that, kind of like too, you allowing yourself to step into that gray area with the Fool and the Emperor coming in on the backside. This is you releasing yourself from having to see things happen a certain way or having to do things a certain way. This is allowing yourself to step into supernatural energy. Now, I don't know how that's going to play out within your situation. This could be Spirit coming in and blocking attacks that might want to come in and distort your confidence or the support that you have. But just know that there's going to be some things happen this week outside of the norm working for you. Okay. People want what I have to offer, and circumstances have changed, and so have I. So it feels like the tables have shifted. I don't know if you were in a position where you were having to deal with some things. Well, you don't have to anymore. It feels like the tables have just turned in your favor. That's what I'm getting from this message. Spirit is letting you know the tables have just shifted in your favor. And there's nothing that you have to do but just sit in your, wherever you've been placed in your authentic energy, and the table shifted for you. That may be the miracle that has happened, how things were just shifted in your favor and you just received all of the support in your court. Maybe it was once in the other court and things feel very, out of control. Well, maybe they just shifted around this week and you have been given a level of maybe influence or authority this week. Whatever that means, it just shifted in your favor. Yeah, it says circumstances have changed, and so have I. And so there's a calling too for you to change with the circumstances. Maybe you did have to put up with some stuff, and now that things have shifted, or when they do this week, you will no longer have to put up with the foolishness or the external stimuli that was all in your face. You know, sometimes, especially when it comes to people that think they have an edge on you or some type of leverage over you, they will play in your face, won't they? Will play right in your face. And then Spirit will step in and turn that thing around and be like, who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? There's something about you being given a level of influence this week. And it's happened in a way that has nothing to do with you. But it places you in a position of favor. I do see that very clearly. Okay. And so with that circumstance changing, you better shift too. You shift too. Okay. I do see you being very, very focused this week and not being very unbothered, whatever this is that tries to come in and steal your confidence and your joy. This is a month to stay, keep your back, talk to the back, right? I see you, I hear you, but talk to my back. You're not even worthy of me looking at you face to face. The energy is so low. I cannot align myself to speak to that face to face. Make them talk to your back this week. Okay. You have the upper hand. See how he's levitating this coin, right? He has control over what's happening here. That's you this week. You have it in the palm of your hands, control over what's happening. You have leeway. There's a bit of freedom that you've been given this week to operate in. I do feel like you're going to be experiencing something new. Maybe you're not used to having this level of authority. And so there's some adjustments that you will be needing to make this week with how you deal, how you make your decisions and what you base them off of, and how you deal possibly with people. Okay. That's what I see this week. Very exciting energy. A little challenge is not scary. Sometimes it's necessary to help us to keep our game, stay on top of it. Cutting edge. There's a little bit of challenge is necessary. A little bit of competition is necessary too, but it's all in how we think of it and internalize it. And it feels like there's some truth that you've accepted about this, and you're very clear about the part that you play in this. And you're not lowering your standards to play in the dirt. There's something very integrous about the Ace of Swords too, very truthful. You're not lowering your standards to play in the dirt here. You keep your standards high. If they want to compete with you, make them compete on a high level. What's the worst that can happen? You can make them up their game, right? So there's something happening this week. It's very good energy, and it's all set up for you in your favor, for you to win. Okay. I almost feel like it's set up for you to win before it even got started. So whatever that is, just know that it's all working in your favor. This is all about you getting experience in this area. You walking away with some level of experience in leadership, or maybe even releasing yourself from a certain way of dealing with this situation, because you've been given a leeway, not necessarily to have to show up perfectly or do the right thing necessarily. This is all about you positioning yourself to operate in that gray area. There's something about that coming out, the gray area. Perfecting yourself in the gray area. Maybe there's something that you can teach others about not having to exist on either ends of that pendulum, right? But being able to be effective in the gray area, which is in fact more beneficial to the whole. It's not catering to this side or that side, but it's catering to everybody. Let me know if that resonates. That's what I'm seeing. Whatever that is, it's set up for you to win. Okay. Thanks for stopping by for this week's message. Like, share, comment, subscribe. My name's Leticia. The station is Blood Moon Oracle. We'll see you next time. Bye.